Now I can do my scheduling and availability from Disney College. First things first, after you log in, you have to do your preference agreement. And for the most part, you have to be available full-time no matter what. You can't treat this like a part-time job, which for the most part is pretty obvious. But just in case you didn't know that, this is what you're going to open up to. They don't guarantee this, by the way, but it's still good to do. For desired work time, you can do either start time, end time. Basically, that means you can try to say, would you prefer to kind of give us an idea of what you want to start at or when you would like to end by. And then for days off, you have a first choice, a second choice, and a third choice. You pick your day, and they'll give you that day and the consecutive day off. Probably a lot easier to do if you want them off in the middle of the week, especially if you do have a lot of classes, which they will accommodate for. Getting the weekend off is almost virtually impossible during the busy part of the season. And then overtime, they actually give you an option of what days you would be available for overtime, which I think is actually pretty interesting. Disney is definitely a really busy place, so they want to figure out where you are in terms of your schedule so they can try to get you in for overtime if necessary, which is actually really cool. A lot of jobs really deter from getting overtime in general. So the ability to have overtime and you don't have other engagements is definitely worth it, because overtime you get paid time and a half depending on where you're working, and I'm sure Disney you get paid time and a half, and it's just a lot more money in the bank. 6-day scheduling, basically they're going to want you for at least 6 days, especially if it's busy during the season. So just be prepared for that just in case you're available. And last things last, you actually get to choose your priority in terms of what's important to you. So whether or not you want to be fully available, if you want that as your top priority, if you want to have your top priority be the days off you requested, or if you want your top priority to be your desired work time, whether or not it's to start at the beginning of the day, and then also your least important from that same set. So basically that's what you have to do when you get your availability form. And so that's what I'm about to do right now. On the second page, you actually get to choose your start or end time selection depending on what you would put on your first page. Now, if you'd like to try to set a start or select time, you can basically click and you can either mark fully available, meaning they can schedule you whenever, or when you would prefer to start. Now, this is just a guideline, by the way. They don't actually 100% give you everything they request. For the most part, though, it's going to be a little bit more flexible during the normal part of the season. You can start as early as 5 a.m. in some cases, and as late as 1 o'clock. Now, for my case, despite the fact that I'm not a morning person, Disneyland is a really exciting place to be, especially at night. There's a lot of events that are going to be going on during the program that I would really like to be able to go to. And if I'm working during the evening, I won't necessarily get to do that. And also, that would allow me to take time to go home, clean up, and then go back to the park afterwards and have some fun. So at least I will have that flexibility. I would rather work in the morning and get work over with and have fun later than have to wait around for work and then not really have time to do anything after. So I'm willing to try to arrange my sleep schedule or supper to make sure I get up early. However, the one day I have set is Tuesday, and that's because I actually have one of my classes. I'm taking blended learning series from 8:30 to 10, and I need that space open. So Tuesday I mark 12, which Disney will automatically accommodate for the most part for your classes because it's a combination of earning and learning, as they say. But anyway, for the most part, Disney should take care of your classes. I mean, that's the most important thing for them, is you have a good combination of the two. After you hit complete, you'll get another overview of everything that you have just done, and then you'll pretty much be good to go. So good morning, everyone. I'm just looking at my Tumblr. I posted my availability options and everyone's been asking questions. A couple of people are like, what is this? And a lot of the Disney World people are probably really confused because I don't know if they've actually gotten the same emails as Disneyland. So now, Disney stuff aside, I'm helping out with a video project. 2 on the plate right now. One of them I'm going to do for Kate and Corey. It's kind of a little Christmas surprise for them. katersoneseven, as well as smpfilms, in case you want to know who I'm talking about. Go ahead and check them out. Links are always in the description, I believe. Anyway, I'm also helping out the video project for my girlfriend, and she sent me some material. They don't really have any video editing software in the group that she's in that's doing this project. It's challenging for me too, because a lot of it is really simple footage because they don't really have anything other than a mobile phone to shoot with. So it's just a couple of straight shots, and then my job is to just kind of make something out of it. So I pieced a couple things together so far. I'm still waiting for some other footage. We're using the power of the internet to transfer stuff. So going to go ahead and wait for all that to come through and try to finish this, but I'm hoping I can do a good job. And it's a big learning process for me. I'm always learning new things. I've only been editing for a little bit. Haven't actually done a lot of advanced editing. Most of my vlogs, I pretty much edit in how I film. I make the clips pretty much very minimal in editing due to the fact that I know what I'm going to talk about when I turn the camera on. And vlogging is a pretty simple medium as well in terms of not having a bunch of special effects, all that type of thing. I mean, it's great to be able to help out. I'm really happy that I'm able to at least put some of my facilities to the test. So I was able to finish the project. It didn't take too long. Unfortunately, the audio was the only thing I can really salvage. The audio was a little bit hard to hear because of the mobile phone, but I still worked with it. I was able to add some music, do a couple cool little Photoshop things, and add a slight touch of special effects. So hopefully the video turns out good, and I hope the people I'm making it for enjoy it, but we'll have to see what they say.